2 years ago, I made a little comment to Jay from Jay's 2 Cents, and I mentioned to him that I had overtaken him on the leaderboard. He didn't like that very much, so he released this video.
We fell down to 7th. That's my air-conditioned 3090 right there. And this guy right here, that guy, he called us out on Twitter. He's like, ha ha, beat you. Lord, you're Lord stupid. So it doesn't really matter.
Of course, I can't win that competition, but I did for a moment.
So let's see if that's enough to get us where we need to be. Ooh, we beat him! Ooh, who's Lord now?
Lord Gerchulo here. Welcome back to Zorz Gaming. When it comes to bad decision making, I am number 1. Okay, I'm in the challenger tier. I did not want to buy this thing. I wasn't going to buy it. I don't need it. Okay, I have the 3090 for the win. Still kicking ass. But I have a problem. You know, I just have an impulse purchase problem, and I wanted to see what this thing could do. Trying to get the Founders Edition. Unfortunately, those sold out in half a second. And I was looking and looking. I hadn't done the research, so I saw this was up on Newegg. I had about 30 seconds to make the decision, and I went for it. Reason why is because last generation, the gaming trio was actually getting like 98% of the EVGA for the win on the 3090. It was almost at the for the win for $500 less. So I said, hey, I'm going to try it. So it's the cheapest one there is. It was $15.99, which is, wait, is that the cheapest? Are you serious? Did I just buy a video card for $1,750 with tax? I got to think about that. I got to talk to my therapist about that. You think I could just call Chase Bank and tell them I'm sorry? It's a horrible idea, but we're going to open it up together, and we're going to have some excitement. When I got this thing in the mail, I just couldn't believe the size of it. Do you guys have any idea how enormous this thing is? I mean, look at this thing. Ooh. 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 All right. What in the world? Ah. Ooh. Ooh. It's close. Are you serious? This is absolutely gorgeous. This does not look like it did in the pictures. Honestly, this looks way better in person. It's absolutely beautiful, actually. I'm excited. I'm excited. I wanted to just show it to you. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen tons of unboxings already. Now, here is the main factor that I did not know about, because I wasn't trying to f with these cards at all. I should not have bought one. I should have stayed f***ing asleep at 6 a.m. and not even hit refresh, nothing. It's the 3 prongs. Now, when I found out about 3 prongs, I wasn't thrilled, because we all know 3 prongs, less power. Now, Gamers Nexus talked about how there's a way for the card to detect, but what we also know is that 150 watts isn't the absolute maximum that each one can pull, and we also know about BIOS flashes, which I would never, ever do. Give me the warp speed, because I think that voids the warrant. I would never do that. But someone could do that if they were inclined to do it. More power. A lot of power. Yeah. EVGA is no more. And I loved EVGA. If there was an EVGA card, would have bought it. It was $15.99. I'm hoping for no coil wine. Hey, that rhymes. I'm not going to get crazy with the benchmarks. You guys have Steve and Jay for that. The main question is, do you feel infinitely more Zorz with a 4090? I got a little quick user's guide here. If I can't figure out how to install a video card by now, I should feel bad. Very simple packaging, not much going on. It gets the card to you in one piece. I'm just a regular gamer. I'm not playing professionally anymore. I haven't in a decade. I'm old. So I don't even have a 4K monitor because I prefer frame rates over beautiful. You know, my dad loved beautiful. He would have been going crazy for this. I might eventually get a 4K. I'm thinking maybe next generation when I can get really like 160, you know, 140, 120, 160 on a 4K, like easily. I know this can do it on some games. Oh yeah! Is how I hope I'm gonna feel. But yeah, we're gonna see how Zorz it is, and if I made a terrible, horrible mistake, maybe one of you guys can buy it so I can eat or go to the movies or get some gas in my car, because can't do any of those things now. There goes the old champion. 3090 for the win. I bought this card on launch day. I got extraordinarily lucky. I think it was September 24th, 2020. And I did not want to buy this card because it's unnecessary. But I did it, and I had a great time with it. It's a wonderful card. I'm sad to see it become retired. Let's give it the honor it deserves. Let's have a moment of silence. This thing gave us a lot of Zorz. And just like that, we're on to the next relationship. Yes? No remorse. Apparently bigger is better. And I hope that's not what she said. I did forget this really cool thing here. This says Gaming Trio. And it makes you feel way cool. This is actually the reason why you spend the $1,600. Just to get this piece of metal. I think you put it underneath your monitor to remind you that you're an idiot for spending this much money. Wow, it's heavy. It's kind of unreal. It is truly, truly, truly outrageous. All this excitement. I'm so excited to put this thing in my computer. I'm trying to put it in with the goddamn plastic container on top of the connector. Jeez. Oh my goodness. Are you serious, dude? Are you guys seeing this? How, like... Oh, that's heavy, dude. I keep saying this word, heavy. Oh, it goes there. Oh, cool. Let's get Zorzified. Uh-oh, dropping a screw. Hold on. Let's get Zorzified. We got it installed. Took a little brain power, but check this out. I have actually not seen this. I feel like it adds kind of a cool look, actually. It should hold the thing, because the thing is enormous. And I have a standing desk, which I'm going to make a video about later. Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. What is it? Step right up. It's bobsled time. It's Zorz time. Ooh, it's pretty. I think it's pretty. It is done. Now, in this gigantic H500M case, the glass would close, for sure. The case has quite a lot of room. You can see there's really this case is astonishing. I also keep the glass open because why not? We're gonna get some with this thing, man. Yeah. I have no noticeable coil whine. Quite lucky. Listen for yourself. I'm not going to touch shit right now. I am going to run 3D Mark. I just have to get it on. I don't want to see any number under 25,000. If I see a number under 25,000, we're having a problem. The first run of Port Royal. I'm going to guess 2,585. Frame time graph not moving at all. Still at 52 degrees. What? Oh, no. 25,182. Okay. Well. I'd definitely like to get 27 with this thing. I'm just going to go ahead and pump up the voltage. Pump it up. All right, so we'll do at 100% core voltage. Power limits up to 106. That's all we can do with our 3 little cords. Going to do 1,000 on the memory and 100 on the core. And this is all like I'm just throwing numbers out there. I don't really have any idea what I'm doing. I feel like this might get us to 26 too, but maybe I just have high hopes. Maybe I shouldn't have any hope. Maybe hope's a bad idea. Staying at 2,900. Staying at 450 watts. Staying at 56 degrees. 26! Yeah! Alright! 26,197. Not bad. If it runs at 1337, 1337, then clearly I must leave it there. Utterly unfucking believable. 57 degrees. Oh my God, how do you feel that you spent $550 more? to get jack shit. 26.6. 26.56. I'm good at this. Shit. I got predictions. All right, we're going for 27. We're going to get 27. The fact that it's staying at 57 degrees literally turns me on. I'm feeling sexual. 190 1400 MSI gaming trio. I actually don't think it's going to run. I do not believe it's going to work. Well, it didn't work. It went straight to black screen. I don't even know what's happening right now. Computer seems to not be functioning. Can't control alt delete. Can't do anything. I think I pushed it too hard, babes. I do have force constant voltage on, but I had it on last time and it didn't force constant voltage. Why does it say force constant voltage if it's not going to force constant voltage? It's possible that there's just not enough wattage to give it the headroom, so when it hits around 450 it wants to pull back even with force constant voltage. Don't you just wish that you could come out of this ship with a little phaser and be playing an awesome first-person adventure? How about original Prey? Anybody ever play real Prey? Original Prey? Wouldn't mind seeing that combined with Deus Ex, combined with a little Mass Effect, you know? With graphics like this? Wow. 3,000 megahertz. 3,000. Nope. Voltage. Stop. Stop at voltage. It's the wattage. Uh-oh. Little artifacting. Little artifacting there. You saw that? Don't like that. Pulling it back. Pulling it back. Looks like they're all about the same. I mean, Jay said 1450. You start getting into problems. 26.7. Yeah. All right. Well, maybe more wattage would allow it to feel better about itself. You know, kind of just maybe boost its ego, you know, like it got a raise or it got laid or something. We're gonna put this card to the ultimate test. Oh yeah! Some kid in middle school told me that there was a game coming out and it was gonna be called Real. Not Unreal, Real. He was mistaken. But goddamn, look at these graphics. Holy shit. Do you guys remember this? This was some crazy, serious shit. Brandon Alexander, shout out. All right, we got a 2710. Finally hit over 27,000. Switched to gaming BIOS, which seemed to allow me to overclock over 200. This is 220, 1450. Nope, not working. So as of now, I seem to be stuck at 210, 1440, and I doubt that'll be stable in hardly anything. 1.21 gigawatts! Yep, we're at plus 140, plus 1440 on the memory. Staying at 512 watts. 516, 512. Temperature 59. Still under 60. That's crazy. That's just insane. That's really insane. 27,648. Interesting. That's not bad at all. We're at 150, 1440. It actually passed, and let's see what we get. Oh, 27,859. Wow. Let's see if we can beat that 27,859. I'd like to see it 28,000. Arnold would highly approve. Now I don't think it's gonna work. In fact, it already looked like it wasn't working. Did you guys see those artifacts? Artifacts on the desktop can't be good. Wow. That's bad. Okay. We're gonna abandon this mission. That's exactly what happened to Jay. Well, shit. That's pretty fucking cool.
I am sorry about your friend. I lost friends to Ackerman too.
I'll make him pay for all of them.
This is absolutely insane. This can't even be. Are you 340 watts, 1.1 volts consistently, running at 47 degrees on Exodus with RTX? Are you serious? Wow. It's too bad you're not here, Dad. You would have loved this. I got the gaming trio, not the gaming X trio, because who wants to spend that extra $50? That would eat into my value proposition. I did a little NVIDIA Bay. I did everything possible. Some of the things in NVIDIA Investigator, Intruder, one of those things. You know, the app that lets you go into the NVIDIA settings, the hidden settings of the NVIDIA settings. Somebody in the middle of the night decided to flash the BIOS with the Supreme X BIOS. How dare that person do that? And that got me a little bit more headroom, a little bit more power, and I was able to get 27,680 repeatedly. I did get 10% more from out of the box to all my mods, 10% more. That's a lot. That's almost TI improvement. That's with the cheapest video card I could get, the cheapest 4090 possible. The Strix is cool, but I would feel bad if I spent that much money. That much money gets me the 13600K that I want to get, or the motherboard, you know. So now I do know that NVIDIA, according to Jay, or at least the last thing I saw, the Founders Edition has the best memory, but you can't get the Founders Edition. When you're doing non-RTX applications, you can push the clock speed, the core clock, a little bit higher, and it'll still run. If you're using RTX, you know, testing in Port Royal at 4K, it's going to push that 24 gigs as hard as possible. I wanted to get on the top 100 board just so I could see my little name. Give me the warp speed. I want to be on the leaderboards of Port Royal. I got the air conditioner running full blast, maximum blast. I got my little ghetto cardboard thing going over the video card, and I didn't get any more performance. In fact, I got less because it doesn't work like that. It's a very odd card in that way. You know, my dad was all about graphics. He wanted 4K. He was willing to play at 80 frames. For him, 60 to 80 frames, no problem. If you're like him, you want beautiful over frames, and that means 4K and RTX, this is the card. You got to spend the money for that beauty. For me, I go high frames. I want the most beautiful 240 frames at 1440 you can get, which means I need a better CPU. I built this thing in 2019. I'm still on a 9900K with a Z390, which means I only have PCIe 3. And I'm on a 9900K, which means that the CPU is extremely bottlenecking. In my calculations, that would put me 4% of performance that I'm leaving on the table by not having the PCIe and the faster CPU. But it doesn't even matter because this thing is just so monstrous, it really isn't even necessary. We're just so caught up with the best. You know, we gotta have the best. You know, I need it. You know, and when he comes out with that leather jacket, holy shit. You know, the guy's ready, the guy's sexy. He's pulling out this thing, this gargantuan monstrous thing. I mean, if you haven't been eating right, you can't even pick this thing up. And like DeBauer said, they could have made a smaller one that uses 350 watts that still shits on the 3090. They didn't do that. Why? Personally, I think there's an ego thing going on here. You want to buy this thing that weighs so much, you know, because you're spending a lot of money. You don't want to pick something up light. Imagine if it was this big and only needed 300 watts. You guys remember Nintendo? NES, Super NES, N64. You remember when you just bought Metroid and plugged it in and it worked? Enjoy the game. You know, you get whatever you can afford. I really don't like this culture now where, you know, I was at a party And some new guys I was talking to about games, and they were telling me about they're looking for the new Dead Space revival, or the redo of Dead Space. And we were talking about Metro Exodus, and he said he just got a new computer and he got a 3070 Ti, or was it 3070 Ti, and his friend had splurged for a 3080, like used, and for him it was like the biggest deal in the world. And it is. Like, just because some of us either have money or have credit cards to buy something absurdly expensive, that doesn't make it Zorz. Expensive doesn't equal Zorz. Zorz is when it's got that special something that makes the price feel totally reasonable. And this just feels like you're getting what you pay for. You're getting the best. I felt bad saying that I had a 4090 to these guys. They're like, oh my God, you got a 40, sick. Yeah, it's sick, but it was $1,750. Let's not shame people that are just enjoying their game. They want us to have our ego involved. They get the biggest, baddest, most expensive thing. The next one's probably going to come in a truck, probably going to be the size of a case. It's going to be outside the case. It's its own thing. You plug into I mean, it's just getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. If you want to wait for the 4080, which is what I think a reasonable person would do, on top of the fact that AMD's cards haven't come out yet, and I think on non-RTX they're going to be very close, very competitive, and a lot cheaper. I think the right move might be a 3080 or 3090 used on eBay, because it's so much cheaper, and it's still a damn good card, especially if you're on 1080 or 1440. Are you looking to buy it, or are you just going to enjoy your game? And also, what game are you playing right now? I'm curious, because you notice something else. All of the benchmarks for the 3090 and the 4090 are the same games. All we have is Port Royal to test this thing. Where's the game? There's a bunch of string of new amazing games that use maximum RTX. Where are they? What's hilarious is I have this card and I'm playing a game like Cultic. Go look it up. It's on Steam. It's a boomer shooter. It's damn good. It's a simple, short, single-player, little fun game. It's great. Reminds me of Duke Nukem in Blood. And you certainly don't need a $2,000 video card to play it. While you're out in your gaming adventures, to enjoy what you have, enjoy whatever frame rate you got, and just play the fucking game. Stay Zorz. Like and subscribe if this time you spent watching wasn't a complete waste. And I'll see you on the next one. Good old Ada Lovelace.
Shake that analytical engine, baby.